Watch what you saying. How the poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser. My posse deep in our rating. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bread on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out the day.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Oakland Raiders. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. A nice little juke. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jameis now on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He drops it off for Bernard. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Over the middle, it's complete. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Everyone go ready. Blue lady. Come on, now.
A first down throw for Winston. Buying time to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Garden. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready to go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Winston. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10.
Return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw here. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Ready. White 25.
Working out of the gun, Winston. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jameis to throw it. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or two away from making it work.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to push your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
39! Green 39! Gone!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A dump underneath to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Detroit! Here we go now.
Looking to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. First down, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass. Yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty.
I'm so confused. Now Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll throw again. Winston. His throw incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards. From the red zone now, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Ready.
On second down, Winston again. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And a first and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it? 2
of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here's Winston. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Even.
Now Jameis on second down. And this one's incomplete.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down. Take the completion, keep moving.
Ready? Black 22.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And this one is incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 20. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The give is to Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
No, check.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is good. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Watch it now, Barney.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Room here to run. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They're throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
5-0. Screen, triple C. Sonic. Let's go.
Throwing again, Winston on second and 10. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ready. Black 22.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he finds his target. It's sharp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. A first down throw for Winston. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Levante David in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Second down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They go play action. Winston. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. He'll look to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Now let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Underneath, this is Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They go play action here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Throwing, Winston. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. Jameis now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brown. 11 more on that one, and another first down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Again, it's Winston. And this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Jameis again. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? To the air again with Winston. And that is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped in the contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Levante David. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
On play action, they'll throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Alex Okafor. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it, yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Over the middle to Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. And his kick is right through. Butker now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 52 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A give to Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Now, check. Patriot. Patriot. Here we go.
Now Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants